Hey, what is going on, Guardians? My name is the Black Link, and with the Solstice of Heroes summer event in Destiny 2 going on strong, by far the number one question I am starting to receive is, how in the world do you get through this grind a little bit faster? Well, have no fear, I've got a quick guide video here that will show you some fast ways to get some of the more grindy parts of the Solstice of Heroes 400 power level armor grind done. In particular, I'm going to show you some tips and tricks and give you some locations where you can go to get those elemental orb grinds done a little bit quicker. Now, of course, any way you look at it, the grind to power level 400 armor is going to be a rough one. But hopefully with some of these tips, you'll be getting it done just a little bit faster. Alright, what do you say we go ahead and dive on into it? Now, we're going to tackle the biggest part of this grind first, the grind for elemental orbs. These orbs of course spawn when you get elemental kills, ability kills, or super kills while you're wearing a full set of Solstice of Heroes armor. And a lot of the requirements to upgrade the gear that you've got here will require that you gather orbs of a specific element. Now, getting the element you need is really simple. You just match your subclass to the element and your energy and power weapons to the element, and it'll drop all the orbs you need. So basically, if you're playing on a warlock, if you swap over to Stormcaller, your kinetic weapon kills will very often drop arc orbs. And of course, if you're using an arc energy weapon and an arc power weapon, that will cause these elemental orbs of the same element to drop. So basically, you're going to want to use energy weapons and power weapons that match the orbs that you need. Now, a lot of these armor challenges will have specific little requirements on them, like collecting orbs on specific planets or in specific activities like strikes. Well, that might seem like a bit of a headache, but I promise you it's a lot easier than you might think. One, you don't have to run heroic strikes to do this, so good lord, for the love of everything holy, don't do that. You can actually just head straight into the Vanguard strike playlist and utilize those strikes, which are much easier to complete, to gather orbs. But here's a really quick tip that will help you get things done in a very simple manner. You can actually just load up the normal version of the Nightfall. It's at power level 270, so you should be more than high enough to complete this if you've got gear that's relatively above, 350, 360 light. But you can load up the normal Nightfall. This week it is the Pyramidion. The first section of this strike has got several majors, so if you head in there, maybe bring a nice arc power weapon like the Wardcliff Coil or the Legend of Acreus, or really whatever you've got. Take out the first couple of waves of adds, and then when you get to the 2 Minotaurs at the end, leave one alive and let him take you out. Doing so will reset the area, allowing you to farm the same enemies over and over again. If you've got a decent enough power weapon, you can actually probably just kill enemies, pick up power ammo from them, and then just farm things out really quickly like this. Doing this, you'll get the 90 elemental orbs you need in no time flat. And the best part is, because you've loaded up a Nightfall, it's a private instance, so you don't have to worry about anybody else coming in and maybe messing up some of your kills or anything like that. You can do this completely solo. It's a fantastic way to get these strike orbs out of the way really quickly. So go ahead, hop in there and get it done. Now, for the generic orb collection, there's going to be several challenges across several bits of armor that want you to collect orbs like arc orbs, solar orbs, or void orbs, but don't give you any qualifier like going to Earth or having to run strikes. For these, there's actually a fantastic farm that you can start up over on Nessus that will get you your required orbs in no time. You can use this for everything. Later on, when you get to the steps where you require energy weapon kills and power weapon kills and grenade kills and melee kills and super kills, you can do this all in one very specific adventure. If you head over to Nessus and look near the Exodus plaque, pick up the adventure Exodus Siege. It'll be in the same loading space as the Exodus plaque itself. It'll be right here on the map. If it's not there, then it means you need to complete the other adventures on Nessus to make this one refresh. So hopefully you've done that, or you haven't touched this mission yet, because it's a fantastic way to farm out these orbs. Now here's what you do. Once you've started up this adventure, 2 major vandals will spawn. These major vandals will drop 2 specific items. Don't pick these up. You're going to want to take out these 2 vandals, let them drop the items, and then leave those items alone. The vandals themselves will spawn from a cave not too far from where you pick up this adventure. And it's very important that you kill these 2 vandals somewhat far away from the opening of that cave, so that when they drop those items, they won't be anywhere near where you're going to be farming, as picking up the items is going to end this sequence and ruin your farm. Anyways, once you've taken those 2 vandals out, head over to the front of this cave and then just sit back and farm. These two major vandals will continuously spawn indefinitely until you pick up one of those items. Meaning you can get yourself a shotgun or whatever else, slap on the appropriate element, and then farm to your heart's content. Seriously, you can just sit there farming them virtually forever, creating tons of orbs in the process. So long as you've matched up your subclass or your energy weapon or your power weapon towards the elemental orb that you need to complete your armor, this is going to be a fantastic way to get virtually all of those challenges done. Even when you've updated the base Scorched armor into the rare variant, and you start having challenges like energy weapon kills, grenade kills, power weapon kills, super kills, and all that kind of stuff, you can still just sit here and utilize this so long as you're matching the correct element. It's a great way to get all of those armor challenges done. It's just a super low intensity, very easy grind to get done. So if you're somebody who's been sweating it out trying to figure out how exactly you're going to get all of those 60 solar melee kills, well, this makes it a lot easier. And it actually kind of ties into the last tip I wanted to give to you Guardians today. And that does concern the energy melee kills that are required for the second step of the armor set. When you get to the rare rekindled armor set, the leg pieces for all three main classes will require elemental melee kills, which usually require that you have an energy melee charge popped and ready to go and you get kills with it. That can take a long time with the cooldowns that we have in Destiny 2. Thankfully, there's a really easy way around it. If you want to get this challenge done really quickly, you can actually just whip out an uncharged sword that matches the element that you need. Those hilt kills will count as energy charged melee attacks, meaning you can use hilt kills to complete these challenges. This makes it so much easier. You can just go to a place where there's a ton of thrall or any sort of low level enemy that you can one or two shot with a sword smack. Just remember, so long as your sword energy is actually empty, this will work and count as your energy melee kills. Which, believe me, especially for hunters having to get solar melee kills, makes things so much easier and so much faster. But alright, there you go Guardians, that is how you can get a lot of the elemental orb challenges done really quickly. Now I did also want to mention the fact that if you're somebody who's kind of sweating having to go into PvP to get your 30 elemental super kills, maybe you're a Guardian who's not really looking forward to that, have no fear. You can actually just wait until next week's reset. We should be having Mayhem go live as the weekly PvP mode next week, and that'll be a great time for you to hop in there, get 30 super kills quick and easy. So again, if you're not a PvP person, don't sweat it too much. You'll have plenty of time to get this stuff done. But alright Guardians, that's all I've got for you today. Hopefully some of these tips helped you out if you're grinding for some of that power level 400 Solstice of Heroes gear. There is a lot of work that goes into finishing this armor, so I wish you Guardians luck with it. But alright, that's it for this one. If you've got any other tips, be sure to leave them down in the comment section below. It's always nice to see you guys helping each other out. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to drop a like, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all the latest stuff we're putting out. But alright, that's going to be it for this one, Guardians. Thank you all so much for watching. And as always, I am the Black Link. You Guardians, stay frosty.